We only specialize in the Anastasia Brow. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her career. I know it's kind of conflicting, Anastasia, but Anastasia. That's how she goes by it. Basically what I'm going to show you today is this, how to frame your face, how to find the perfect brow for that person's face, and to see where the brow goes. A lot of people put them too high, too low, every which way. So I'm going to show you basically the rules of where to find the perfect spot for the brow. So everyone knows where the eye socket is, right? Here's your eye socket. Right above it is the brow bone. This is where the brow lays. What we do is we have a stencil. So my model. So what we do with Anastasia, which she patented like, I don't know, 20 plus years ago with her brow, is called the golden ratio. It is not like any other brow out there. Always, always, always ask your clients, are they on any retinol, retin-A, Accutane, any kind of medication that you should know about? Because if they are, their skin can lift and then you will have a bleeder on your hands. So are you on any retinol, retin-A, Accutane, any medication I should know about? Okay. So this is our prep cream, formulated by Anastasia. Everything she does is to make it look like you never got your face waxed. We don't want people walking around with bloody faces, so we put everything out there that can protect the skin, protect the integrity of your face, and then you don't have to worry. You can go on vacation and you don't have blisters on your face. I correct about probably 10 brows a day that have gone to threading places in the mall.
So, but Anastasia, is she associated with the wax, or is it your preference to wax and tweeze?
No, well, no. She formulated this wax completely by herself. This is patented by her. No one can get their hands on this wax.
Okay.
Like, everything is here by her.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually frame her face. Working off her nose. This is where her brow is supposed to start. And that's where her brow is supposed to end. We always, always, always want to give a full, perfect brow, like symmetrical. Like basically if you come to us, I will give you everything that she puts out in the world. The Megan Fox brow, like, you know, everything that you really want, we will give that to you. And Anastasia.
She's an esthetician.
Yeah, oh, you need to have a license, absolutely. Okay. So right now I am sitting my stencil directly on her brow bone. Most people also, when they take the stencil, they go to the exact place where the hair is, which will mean her brow will always be high. It will never be low. Drop the stencil and let her grow in all that hair right there. That's where I'm telling her to grow in all her hair. Because most people just keep on taking it, and making it higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. We're not living in that time anymore. We're not David Bowie. We want a full brow. Okay. So, now she has some areas up here that are very sparse. So that's when I'm going to talk about something called our brow serum. At Anastasia, she patented a brow serum before the whole new wave of the Lumigans and the Latisse, which is basically Latisse, people. It's Lumigan. If you want to get Latisse, just get pure Lumigan. It'll save you like 50, 60 bucks. Lumigan is just the derivative of what Latisse is what they found out of glaucoma patients were used Lumigan from the doctors. Pharmaceutical companies picked it up, Latisse bought the rights, made their billions off Latisse. All it is pure Lumigan. You can go on wholesale distributing websites and just pick it up, and then you can get your lashes back. But for brows, we dominate. We have something called the Brow Enhancing Serum. It is the most incredible stuff. It is pure peptide, biotin based. It will triple your brows back in about 2.5 weeks. I grew my brows back in about 2.5 weeks.
So the same biotin they're taking in tablet form for your hair?
Yes, and they're putting it into a brow serum. It's called the Advanced Brow Enhancing Serum. She's really sparse in this area. Okay. So you're going over the actual cream that's underneath it, so it kind of gets a little emollient and it kind of moves, but for the most part, I know exactly where I'm about to wax. So it's never good necessarily, unless you're like doing this a lot, to wax sitting up. Always want them reclined, lying down, because you have a better feel of looking over them, getting the dimensions of the stencil, and also with them sitting up, if you have kind of a loose wax, it will start dripping everywhere.
And then lay them down to wax?
No, I do everything lying down.
Really?
I do everything behind them.
Symmetrical.
Right. And then at the end, after I wax and after I filled you in, I'll pull you up, I'll put a mirror to your face, and then I'll just do one look over, which I'll do, but she's gonna be sitting up the whole time. Yeah, so.
The chair reclines if you need it to.
Well, then the people can't see. So what we do, never cross-contaminate, ever, ever, ever. One stick per swoop. I throw it out right after I use it. And we go in over. What kind of wax do you guys use?
Avanti by Sari.
Which Anastasia used to
Which
do
Anastasia-
classes. She used to work with
Sari.
Aesthetics International. She used to teach the classes, $50.
Yeah, and I think but I think Sari's formulating the cream wax for her too. Yeah.
Jonelle, have you worked on somebody with like a hairy forehead, and when you wax, there's
You
like a
see
line?
the,
Yeah.
yes.
So what do you do?
I can't stand my work looking like that. I can't. So I'll just go in there and I'll just wax the whole hairline. 'Cause I just can't stand the sight of clean skin versus a furry mess. I'm sure you guys have been taught this. Please lay wax not directly over all the hairline, because it moves. Once you put the muslin over it and it's gone, you might take off way too much, because literally the second that you press it against it, you want to make sure that you're just getting what you put the wax. So if I had the muslin all the way up here and I had the wax all the way up here, that means I would have taken off mostly all of that right there.
So this is just cleanup, not the shape itself, or as close to the shape.
As,
you want.
yeah, well, I'm not taking a lot from here in this area because she's very sparse in this area. So I'm not removing anything right there. I'm just defining this area more so it lines up to more of a severe arch. The middle. Eventually, you guys will get the brow whorl done. I will dominate it. The brow. Well, at least filling it in or something. When you see someone just taking an ash pencil, especially the kind that you can actually sharpen, which have more wax, which does not look like real hair. I'll show you the difference when I fill it in. There we go.
Wants to work there. How does it work for them?
I train all the people that are going to be working exclusively at Northstrom. Northstrom and Anastasia have linked up for 10 years. So Anastasia sublets her brow counters inside Nordstrom's. And I go in there and I educate them on the Northstrom and the Anastasia brand.
So if somebody wants to work for Nordstrom, they just apply through Nordstrom and you go in and get trained.
Exactly. So how they get hired with Northstrom is on them. They apply for, see, like right now, I'm filling positions. We just filled in Santa Barbara. We have had a position at Topanga, and now I'm training them.
So are they going to Nordstrom's and paying for an eyebrow arch, or to have their eyebrows done at her counter, or buying just the products at her counter?
Both. It
Both.
is a studio. So here is the Anastasia Brow Bar Studio inside Nordstrom. You can take a look at the prices and stuff. And then we have all of her
Products there to sell
products
to the
sell.
client.
Yes.
So other than Nordstrom's, it's impossible pretty much to work for her.
You'd have to probably go to Beverly Hills. I mean, it's not like you can't not get a job. I mean, she has postings for jobs for her Beverly Hills studio all the time. Okay.
High turnover?
Huh?
Is there a high turnover?
No. These women have been there. They're all Romanian. Anastasia is Romanian, and she basically employed all of Romania like 30 years ago, and they've been working there ever since. Yeah, seriously. No, they're all there. And they're all like very like esthetician-like women. Like they have the white coats and they're all very like, get into the chair, come on. Like they're very like, there's like no room to play at all. So and I'm like, I just want to talk and just, talk shit all day. That's how I not be good at her brow studio. I'm good where I am at. No, I'm joking. It's a beautiful place, and 9 years ago, I opened up a brow studio. Someone commissioned me to go open a brow bar, like 5 doors down from Anastasia in Beverly Hills off Bedford. So I was basically her competition. And that didn't really go that well, so she still pursues. No, she's actually an amazing company to work for and just a genius with brows. She can do a brow in under 3 minutes. 3 minutes. It's insane.
So what does she do at the personal appearances? She does people's eyebrows?
Yes, we all go in there with her as her Beverly Hills design team.
Mm-hmm.
And one by one she would come over, and if we're screwing up, she'll let the client know that we're messing up, and she'll let us know that we're messing up. So she'll go in there and she'll just take over, and she will be at every single person. She'll be over my shoulder. She's like literally this small, and she wears shoes this big, and she's that tiny, and she's all hair. So I just like look over my shoulder, I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, hi, and then she'll just be, her little arms right in there, and she'll just be taking over, and she's like this the whole time. That's what she does. She's a phenomenal boss, and literally the second that you get your brows done with her, you like, that's it. But the thing is, Andrew calls me the little Anastasia Brow Queen. He says I'm right underneath her, which is
And what does he do?
kudos. Huh?
What does Andrew do?
Andrew is my boss. He oversees all of Arizona, OC, Los Angeles, New Mexico. He oversees what happens.
So does she treat her employees well? I mean, like financially, and all right, can they make a nice living doing?
If you become a cosmetic manager for Anastasia, and it's now your own entity, it's now your own business, the sky is the limit. Like literally, I walk into these stores and I'm like, like just like these estheticians are pulling out like hundreds of dollars just like from like their regular day. Like you know, almost like, can I get $2 for a coffee? And I'm like, I have no change on me. No, like literally especially working inside of Nordstrom's, because with Nordstrom's you have that umbrella over you, and then you have the Anastasia brand. So you have your own business inside of Nordstrom.
Okay, so it's like a franchise,
Basically.
like
yes.
McDonald's. So you can buy your own Anastasia franchise.
You're
and
not
open
buying
them
it. You're
Okay.
not buying it. This is her baby. This is her company inside the umbrella of a Nordstrom.
Nordstrom's.
So if I were to apply for, say, the manager position over at Topanga, right? Which we have our manager over there. Her name is Ronnie Renton. Literally, the woman is like the atomic bomb. She is everywhere. She like does 30, 40 brows a day. She never sits down. She's literally like a hustler, and that's her business, because that is her business. That she is an Anastasia Brow of the Valley. So people have the, you know, they can, you know, see their estheticians over in Beverly Hills, and that's what a lot of people were doing from the Valley. They were going over to Beverly Hills, you know, getting their brows done over there. Brought it over to the Valley, and the sky's the limit. We have one in Thousand Oaks. I trained the girl over there at Thousand Oaks. I have the whole LA territory. So these girls that come in, or men, whoever becomes the manager of this counter, this is your business. But you have the Anastasia Brow to obtain, and you also have the Nordstrom brand to, like, you know, kind of to be your boss, because you're both. You're Nordstrom and Anastasia. If you just want to be in her Beverly Hills salon, yes, you can do very, very, very well.
Is that the same product that you currently use?
I put this on my hand like 12 minutes ago. This is the after wax cream.
That took away your marks,
What's that?
your little guideline.
Yeah, so this is to remove all that and to soften the skin, cool the skin off, close the follicle of her hair, and basically just condition it so I can go in there and now cut it. So you all are hairstylists, so you all know the kinds of tricks that you have to do to get the hair ready.
What's the cooling cream that you're putting on right now?
This is the after wax cream. You can see it. This is all patented by Anastasia. It's just like basically like a honey bee cream, honey beeswax cream. But it's very, 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 very soft, so it doesn't stay cakey. You train the brow to go upward. We trim and then we tweeze. So I never go sideways. Never take the hair sideways, because that will always keep a round brow. Always, always, always. You want to go up and make it symmetrical. So when I see an esthetician go this way with a brow, hair doesn't lay like that. Well, at least not the hair that we want to. We want it to go up and over. So we want to train the hair to go this way. She's very sparse back here, and that's where I want the brow enhancing serum to go over. And in her tail. You'll see also most of people that come into your chair, all of their hair right here is gone, because that's been over waxed, over tweezed, over years and years and years of just not maintaining a good brow. And most of the time, this is very sparse too, the tail. It could be a thyroid condition, it could be tons of things, but mostly here and here is always the hardest. So most people just work their brows off right in the middle and start their brow like sometimes right here. That's where you can get the brow enhancing serum in your life.
And how much of that do you cut? What you're holding right now?
Like barely anything. I'm keeping the hair up, so I'm just taking like smidgens off, right? I can't even, I don't, I'm terrible at math. What would that be? Like a teeny little bit. And we don't need to trim the whole length of the brow because she's got, again, not a very full brow back here. And you'll get more, you get more used to knowing where to trim. If a person has a lot of bulk right here, then by all means lift it up and trim it. But also just know, if you trim too much over here, you might make a gap and you might cut off their tail. So trimming can be just as detrimental as waxing and tweezing. So here she's ready. I'm going to re-stencil her again and now fill her in. So what I do, this is my personal way of filling in brows. I go 2 shades lighter than the base of your root at all times. So she's got a primarily darker root. I'm going to blonde and I'm going to build.
Can you do a brow without the stencil by now?
Could I?
Yeah,
Yes.
but you always have the stencil as
Always.
backup.
If Anastasia knows that we're waxing without a stencil, the only time that we'll wax without a stencil is on men. But no, the integrity of knowing that I'm in Los Angeles doing a stencil, that people in Cerritos are doing a stencil, that her brand is always doing this. We don't get to the point where
You're doing without a
we're
stencil.
freehand. No, absolutely not.
What stencil are you using right now?
I am using a full arch on her. Most stencils that you can find in a beauty supply, I've looked at all of them. Majority of them are more round. Hers are completely square and symmetrical to the face. So that's why these are $20 for all 5, but once you have them in your life, you're never going to have to buy them again. Unless you literally like cut them up and rip them. But you can use this in your kit every single day. So I'm going to now take our Brow Wiz. Literally won the best brow pencil award, I don't even know how many years in a row. This stuff actually mimics the look of real hair. This is for like the kind of the older Anastasia customer. They're very loyal to her. This is what she started making her millions off of, is this pencil. And then she moved into the Brow Wiz. I love it, but I don't love it as much as I love this. So I only go to what I know works the best. So I start going at the bottom row of hair and make kind of a defined line. Sorry. My phone's going off again.
You're just doing the bottom of the eyebrow right now?
Just bottom and then right into this little area where she's basically very sparse. Same thing over here. Everything she does has multi-purpose, so the brush that you fill in your powder with and the brush that you have here, we don't want it to look like lines of makeup, we want it to look like real lines of hair. So blend, 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 blend.
So, and do you help your clients teach them how to do their own brows a little bit at home for maintenance? So
Every single client, I show them the stencil, the powder, the brush, the clear brow gel, which I'm about to use right now, and the Brow Wiz, and then the brow duality, which I'm going to do in a second. But I'm always going to show the client, once I wax you to the way I've waxed you right now, I've waxed you to a full. So take that full stencil every single day and then fill in your brows, and then walk around with this brow every single day and give yourself that brow. So this is the clear brow gel. Again, we're trying to train the brow So we want to go up and over. Up and over. So the second that they learn this technique, they virtually cannot use me ever again. Because in our brow kit, it comes the stencils, all 5 stencils, a tweezer, a brush, your brow color, and a clear brow gel. So if you take that stencil every single day and have that, you'll have your brow color for about 3-4 years, because one of these will not go away for a very long time. And you could just tweeze around the stencil. So virtually you can maintain a brow every single day of your life and never get your brows waxed again, if you choose to do so.
So there's no powder that you're filling in with, it's the pencil.
I found the brow with the powder. You can't take a pencil inside a stencil. So you take the powder and then fill it in and then dust it off and then go back in and fine tune it with a pencil. Yes. Okay, my favorite part of brows is coming up right now. Brow duality. This is basically the item to get you 10 years back in your life. It literally reverses time. It's an amazing tool. There's 2 different colors. There's the shell and the gold, and then there's the camille, and it's kind of a frost. You can take a look at that one. I'm going to use this one real fast and you can see it.
The highlighter and concealer?
It's a highlighter and concealer. So I'm going right under the brow bone that I just filled in. With the nude part, and then I'm going to take the gold right over it. So it looks like her skin. This is great because you don't need to put shadow under that area, and it actually looks more youthful, and it just looks fantastic. So you can use the heat of your finger.
And all of this in the Eyebrow kit?
This? No, this item is not. So if you ever went into an Anastasia Brow studio instead of Nordstrom, or if you actually go down to Beverly Hills, you will get this exact service over and over and over and over again.
How long does it take?
It's about a half-hour service.
And how much does she charge if she does eyebrow versus her?
She herself, I believe, is, and I get so many mixed conversation about it. I know the girls charge $65. I believe she, for new customers, is $120, and then for existing is $95.
Isn't there like a 6-month wait list?
Yeah.
For her to do?
For her? Yeah, it's pretty lengthy.
So she takes new clients too, not just her own.
She'll stay very, very strong to her old client. Like she does like Saudi Arabian like nights. Like she does like people that fly in all around the world to see her. So I mean like she's a very in demand person. Oh, like insane. Seriously, it's like I'm like, who's this guy? And they're just like, oh, he's some prince of Dubai or something. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. But that's just the norm for her. So, and that's her clientele. That's what she was working with when she was doing it 30 years ago.
So does she go to Oprah or does Oprah come to her?
She goes to Oprah. She goes to Oprah about every, I believe, like 5-6 weeks. Where's Oprah? Montecito and Chicago. And she goes to she goes to actually all the photo shoots when Oprah does her magazine.
So they fly her out there.
I fly her out there and she does that. She's a very, very busy woman.
What color's her hair? Black?
Hers? No, she's very soft, like kind of like a caramel.
She doesn't put the color in it?
What?
She doesn't put the color in her hair?
No, her hair. No. She has a girl that is in her salon that's Romanian, and that's been her her stylist for a very
What
long
do you mean in
time.
her salon?
She actually has hair people in her salon too, and the beauty studio. It's a full, like, thriving salon.
Full service
Full
salon?
everything, yeah.
Full hair and
Specialized brows,
Brows.
but yeah, hair, nails, the whole shebang.
full service.
Facials. That's why I said the Romanians are very, like, get in the chair, come on. So yeah. But this is the Anastasia Brow. What do you guys think?
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
In the area and the.
We want it very, very natural. If a person walks in the room with their brows before them and then their face followed after, that means there's something wrong there. Their brows need to be completely effortless. Just sit there perfectly on your brow bone. Not too high, just very soft.
Beautiful.
Thank you.